VAR, Video Assistant Referee, also known as VAR, was introduced into the professional level in 2016. The VAR, as its name suggests, is there to assist the referees in decisions such as goals, offsides, and direct red card incidents. During a match, the VAR team monitors the game remotely on multiple screens and has real-time access to video footage of the match through multiple camera angles. The VAR is meant to minimize mistakes done by referees. Cards. There is 2 cards used in football, yellow and red one. Yellow card is displayed for various reasons, such as wasting time, a minor foul, and removing a shirt. 2 yellow cards result in a red card, which means the player is sent off the pitch and his team has to play with 1 fewer player. Direct red card is shown for more serious offenses. These include violent conduct, serious foul, denying a goal with hands, and using offensive, insulting language or gestures. There were rumors of blue card that would be given for the same offenses as yellow card, but instead would temporarily send off a player. This idea was dismissed this year by FIFA. Roles. There are roles in football like there is in every other sport. On the pitch, we see the roles of the players, which also could be referred to as positions. But outside the pitch, there is also coaches, owners, agents, and many other. They all have their own duties and responsibilities, which are meant to lead the team not only to success from football's perspective, but also financially. Agents. A football agent could be considered as a manager. The agent manages most of the footballer's paperwork, helps the player to find a new club, negotiates the contract with the club and the sponsors, and does the legal work. Basically, the agents are there to make footballers' life easier. Formations. Formations determine how the team players are positioned during the game, whether the playing style is offensive or defensive. The formations are a form of strategy set by the coach, and each formation has its strengths and weaknesses. There is balanced formations such as 4-3-3 and 4-4-2. Then there is offensive formations such as 3-5-2 and defensive formations like 5-3-2. Every formation is used like a tool, and during the games the coaches can change the formation depending on the flow of the game. GOATs. Just like in every other sport, there are certain individuals that are better than everyone else. And in football, there are only 2 players that have achieved the GOAT status. They are Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Listing the records that they've broken and what they've achieved can take a long time, which already indicates their greatness. They are the most famous people in the world for a reason. Hat-trick. The name can be misleading, but what it means is that the player has scored 3 goals in a single game. The players with most hat-tricks are Pelé, Ronaldo, and Messi. Leagues. Every country has their domestic league where clubs from the country play against each other. The teams play against every club 2 times, and the team with the most points at the end of the season wins. In different countries, the league works differently. In MLS, for example, the last teams don't get relegated, unlike in the rest of the leagues. The best leagues are to be considered in Europe. Tournaments. There are 3 types of tournaments: international, continental, and domestic. Domestic tournaments are played between the teams inside a country. The continental tournaments are played between the teams from the same continent. The biggest continental tournament is Champions League, and the only international tournament is a World Cup. There, the whole world competes against each other. Teams. A player is playing for 2 teams, for his country and for his club. A player can be bought or sold in a club level, but the same cannot be done in his national team. Equipment. Football equipment may be used for advantage, protection, or training. Let's focus on equipment that is used during the game. Players are obliged to wear shin pads. The boots have spikes that are helping the player not to slip on the grass. And goalkeepers, as the only players who can use their hands, also have gloves. These are all equipment needed for football. Governances. As in every aspect of life, also in football, there are people in charge of everything. On top of the pyramid, there is FIFA. FIFA single-handedly can make all the decisions, and if not satisfied with someone, they can sanction clubs and countries. Next comes UEFA, and after that leagues and clubs. Football players have no rights to say anything. And because of this, recently there has been outrage from players and coaches as governances create more tournaments and games, which gives players less time to recover and result in injuries. Transfers. In order for a team to improve and progress, they need new players. This happens through transfers. Teams cannot buy or sell players whenever they want, though. There is winter and summer transfer window. Teams also have financial fair play, which restricts rich teams of buying every best player in a single transfer window. The better the player is, the more expensive he is. Offside. Offside is the most confusing rule in football, that even football fans don't completely understand it. In simple terms, a player is offside if they are in attacking half and closer to opposing team's goal line than both the ball and the second last opponent. The offside rule isn't applied directly from a goal kick, throw-in, or a corner. Treble. A treble in football is achieved when a team wins 3 major trophies in a single season. Winning a treble in football typically involves winning a domestic league title, a domestic cup competition, and continental competition. There is not that many clubs that have achieved such a great achievement.